I have the wrong background up. That's a little bit strange. Let me fix that real quick. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm clearly not on the ball today. In my defense, OBS was doing something a little bit weird. But today we are probably going to be finishing off this Forest of Darkness area and, well, beating the game and getting to the post-game. So that's fun. We've been playing this for a while. I forget how long. We don't really need to get into the fights right now because we are at a fairly decent level, but I will try and barge into these things and pick up some items because it's the Earth Zone. It's worth a decent chunk of cash. I'm getting caught on things. That's how we get back attacked. And I believe the direction we want to go is this way, but we might find out that I'm wrong very soon. Because remember, we started on this area before, and I am wrong. We started on this area before. And I was like, okay, I'm going to explore a couple of little spots here and there, and we're gonna see what we get out of it. Yeah, pardon me, I also realized, hey, my bot isn't up. I need to turn that thing back on. Things I should do before the stream begins, but that I didn't realize at the time because I am not good at this today, apparently. Everything is working. That sound was a little bit muffled for some reason. That was a bit of a glitch. And the sound just acts weird sometimes. What are you supposed to do? Aside from point it out at every opportunity. And I certainly will do that. Alright, so we go back here, and I have to figure out where to go down the middle, because there's 3 exits here. And I haven't been in this area in a couple of weeks. So isn't that fun? Let's see if there's something further this way. There is not. Oh good, it knew I was there and turned around immediately. Thanks, buddy. There's a lot of these snakes around. I don't want to deal with it. Come on. Alright, so I'm going to try going to the exit that is as far away as they will let me here. Because surely that is going to be where we're going. Right? Like, that just makes sense, doesn't it? Unfortunately, well, these enemies certainly don't make sense, that's for sure. Alright. I don't think we have this crystal yet, but we're gonna check anyway.
The path is more haste, less.
Yeah, there we go. We still need to figure out how to get through that crystal barrier, because I guess we haven't fought that mini-boss yet. Wow, this area is really expansive over here. I'm going to assume that it's not going to be through one of those paths that we have already taken. Because otherwise we probably would have fought that particular mini-boss and likely been slightly annoyed by it, because that's... You know, we're a lot stronger now than we were at the time, we'll say that. At least I feel like that is true. That may in fact be a load of crap, but... I don't really know. This'll probably, yeah. This shouldn't be too hard of a fight, because... Yeah, we have initiative, so we can do all of our setup and stuff, and blah, blah, blah. You guys understand the basics of how this works. I don't need to explain it that much. Apparently, I just really like the sound of my own voice. I actually kind of don't, but... Well... Oh, 525 damage, that's pretty good. Especially on one of these things, which are pretty durable. That's a lot of damage. Turn around. I said turn around. I want some space to... Woo! And he falls asleep right in the path. What a jerk. Yeah, I've got nothing to say to that. Love you too, game. How incredibly rude. That's going all right. We are back here, working on well, we're watching that frog just sort of run in place, but also we're checking this floor to see if we didn't go through any exits last time, and I think the last time we were here, we did clear out everything that we can get to at this point. So I'm going to have to figure out where to go in order to move on in the Earth Forest of Darkness, because that is the last one that we have to do. Why did I save this one for last? I don't know. It just sort of ended up like that. I think I kind of felt like there were no particular skills that I was looking for from here. Now that I have the attack buff spell in its max version here. Can we get around? Yeah, we can get around the lobster. Anything in here? There's a book. Let's try going this way. I know there's maps of this stuff out there somewhere, I just don't know where they are. Oh, okay, so we didn't go down both of these paths before. End of Killing Fields. This might be where we need to go, but I don't know for sure. Anyway, give me a second to almost get attacked from behind by that thing, but also, more importantly, to pull up my list here of Kalma targets and see where anything we might be looking for is still. Killing Fields level 4, I think, is the only one that's still here that we have to get. Which is not here. That's somewhere else. I think that's where we get to after we get through the gate. And here we go. Here's our mini-boss. What can we expect out of this? Probably stat buffs. I think this thing pulls out Maitreya, which we've seen like once. That is the boost all stats spell. So if we can just prevent that from happening, well, that'll make our lives a lot easier for sure. Actually, with this level of status vulnerability, I don't think it's unfeasible for us to actually go through this fight without this thing attacking, or certainly without damaging us, if we just get our rotations going properly. Yeah, see, it didn't get to do anything. And that is why the Earth Forest becomes really stupidly easy eventually.
Hey, this is it! I bet this opens the green gate.
Oh, really? There's one way to find out.
Have it fly straight into your body, apparently. Ah, crud, I didn't want to get into this fight. These things suck. Can we put them to sleep? Yes, actually, we can land all three of them. We should go check that other area that we had access to over there. And see if anything of interest is in there. Because it might be. There may be something. I don't know yet. Sees me using the portal and freaks out. That's pretty great. Thanks, AI. Enemy AI, that's really strange of you. Probably fight the green frogs if I want to. But mostly I'm just going for the quicker path here. And let's find out what is in this room. End of wilderness. Okay, so again, I don't think there's anything here of any real note. And yeah, we've just got these dudes hanging out, which I already know that you can't get that ability until way later in the game. But maybe we can find some items here. And the exactly one hole there seems to be in this location. Oh boy, we should return to the temple once we're done on this floor, because we could use some more mana. Our supplies have gotten pretty seriously chewed up. And you probably don't recognize that attack animation type, but it is one we've seen before. The move that these dudes use lowers your HP to 1 if it hits. It doesn't have great accuracy, but also, ouch. That is nasty. Leave and re-enter. Path is a pretty simple one. So this definitely is one of the more straightforward areas in this area. That's pretty great. Also, because our path doesn't diverge from here, amazing, I didn't have to reset in order to see all of the areas. I didn't even have to reset once. Not even in that area in wind. That's pretty great.
Come on, let's go! Come on!
Alright, so it's just a path, like, right in the middle. Yeah, another one of these jerks to get behind and deal with. Hey, nice. That is going to give us a little bit of a power boost that we don't need for this fight, but still. We'll get to see a really ridiculous number here in a second, I'm pretty sure. 559, that is a lot of damage. Again, not much of a change in this case, but still, wow. Alright, so here we should be at, yeah, Killing Fields level 4. This is where our last target Kalma of the area is, if it wishes to spawn. And if it does not, then I suppose it isn't. I know. Perfect logic, right? There it is.
Kalma man strong, human murderer.
I won't let you.
Okay, so this thing has the explode attack that I think we've seen a couple of times here, which deals a flat 150 damage to whatever it hits. Which, I was going to say, yeah, that's probably going to break that barrier in one hit. That sounded a little different than usual, but I also was talking over it. Also, hee our rank icons for our spells say ass on this side of the field. Because that's what dealing with wind side usually is when you're up against it. Alright. And we're already done here. Let's go dive in. Let's face the boss at the bottom of this forest. And if you've been paying attention to the plot of this game, which admittedly is not easy, you may recognize a bit of a pattern here.
Miss Cocoon? Weren't you trapped in the Earth Forest? What about everyone else in the Sweet Nights?
Everyone. Sweet Nights. Why did we put that team together?
Excuse me.
What are you saying? You all worked so hard as the Sweet Nights.
Kahu can't learn pattern recognition
Worked
because
hard?
this is meant to be
Yeah,
played in
we
an
worked
open-ended
hard.
manner.
Cinnamon was
There is
always
no
full
fixed
of
order.
Perfect strategy. Choco is the star in battle. Why didn't she fight at the top? Despite her looks, Vanilla knows the most about divine beasts. What about me? So what about me? Me, I got nothing.
That's not true. Kokona, you've been working hard as the leader.
Yeah, just the leader. Even if each one can get along, forcing them together as a team. And me, who is only the oldest and not so strong, me the leader? That's just an excuse.
Oh boy.
I'll never give in to darkness.
Okay,
Why
calm
did we
down,
put that team
Sora.
together?
Jesus. I think you two are not seeing... I think you're seeing past each other a little bit here. Alright, so here we go. They're popping out. But we just need to see 3 Maitreya, because those don't stack. And while they buff all stats, it's not nearly the level of stat buff that any of the dedicated moves actually give. I mean, they might get through this barrier, but again, they are still... Yeah, they're throwing Multiana, and they... The stat buff is there, but... It's not disgusting, you know? Like, after that, they will be at a net lower defense than their base. And that's a pretty good start by itself. That was some pretty decent damage that we took there, but again, it's kind of on a glass cannon, so maybe that invalidates it a little bit. And yeah, you'll see something else there, that the soul type spells do not attack the middle section whatsoever. So you cannot remove shields with those. Which means that when my party is set up for a bunch of AoE, it is not meant to remove any shields at all. It usually will not. So we're going to take a sec to heal up and gain back a little bit of... Yeah, we're hitting some pretty gross damage here. It's going good. We're going to do one more turn of healing. And then we're going to throw out our debuffs, buffs, and then go to fire. Because obviously this is nothing to worry about. The stat buffs do not stack, and they're just sitting here basically giving me free range to sandbag for a little bit. So that way I can gain mana. Because there's no other real options for this AI at this point. In fact, I don't even know if Kokona has anything going skill-wise on fire or water. Because she didn't turn to those at any point, and she's not going to turn there with one beast. Unless we were to remove the middle... Oh, never mind. Okay, so... I guess she does have a skill over here? At least there's that. It's probably just like Burn Crash or something, though, so... Yeah, see, we're getting that completely sick area of effect damage there. Like, over 300 to everything, and I think they still had some lingering Maitreya stat buffs left, so... Yeah.
What I want is not that.
Everyone says so.
Okay, fine. This thing really does have just a really distorted Eeyore voice. Suddenly, this has gotten needlessly ridiculous. And this thing might actually be able to do something impressive with Maitreya, but I don't know about that for sure. Okay, that's pretty scary, not gonna lie. That was some pretty big splash damage. All considered. Because I don't usually think we see like 60 splash damage until a little later on than this, at least. You'll also see that our mana is kind of going down a little bit. We don't have a large mana pool on this team anymore. Or, perhaps more to the point, most of our skills are really damn expensive. Like, I'm over here, I've got at least I've got one sold out on fire, probably soon to end up being 2. I've got Selam Knight over on water, so that is just gonna absolutely rip our mana pool every time we pull that out. Get that little poke in there.
I can't be a friend anymore.
Yeah, the status effect resistance on this boss is very high for Earth. And hey, there's a Maldiard breaking straight through the barrier. So I think there's still a little bit lingering from that status buff that we should make not be a concern anymore.
Everyone should go away. I should go away.
And that's a shame. I would have liked to have gotten better damage in this turn, but we'll do what we can with this. It should still be pretty high. Oh yeah, that 454 damage single target, that is great. Also, I kind of get the feeling we didn't actually help her in any way, did we? Unlike a lot of the others where it is like beat a lesson into these people, Cocona's problem is that she doesn't have self-worth, and so we just continue kicking the crap out of her. This game can be a bit on the not always super great side about certain things, huh? Also, 2 different types of ellipses there. That's a little weird.
I never imagined that Cocona was thinking about that. I thought she was working really hard.
Maybe too hard. She might have thought that she'd be treated like an old lady if she didn't. Come on, hurry and grab the Mark of Earth.
And pick up the things, that way we can make all the orbs glow again, and we can get healed. And I can look at my team and go, I'm gonna wait to do merges until we hit the credits. Because we've just got the last area in the middle to go, and that should do us. I think that's all we got, yeah. And it's not that long.
Rejection and acceptance? Why such difficult words?
I
So
don't
did
know.
everyone else on the Sweet Knights hate Cocona?
It was Cocona herself who did the hating, and it was herself who she hated.
So she was disgusted with herself as the leader in some part of her heart? So was she accepted by herself?
I wonder. I don't quite get those kinds of people.
All of the orbs got their color back.
For pretty
Unfortunately,
strong
the lights
now.
are still
You're gonna be
broken.
the real chosen one, eh? You okay? It's gonna get rough now. You might even get killed.
Even if they get me, they'll never defeat us beast hunters. Nem and the knights are here.
Are they, though?
Indeed. You do sound pretty strong. Humans, I guess, aren't totally useless.
Just mostly.
That same light. Mabu, are you there?
Light and darkness. When you look between, when they are gathered again.
Hey, look! The orbs are back to normal, just like I promised.
Cocoon, you did well to pass the ordeals of darkness and come back. I shall now summon you as a disciple of Elrim.
Well, I think it suits you. Don't look too tough, though. Well, how does it feel to be a chosen one?
Now we get new
I
abilities.
feel sort of strange, like I'm fluffy. Wonder if I'm a bit stronger.
Don't be silly. Don't you know what the chosen one's strength is?
Huh? What could that be? Like powerful magic? Or a laser beam or something?
A laser beam.
Give me a break. Isn't it your heart? A heart unsullied by darkness?
Heart unsullied by darkness?
I like the laser beam
That my
idea.
Power? Sheesh. I don't quite get it. But anyway, I gotta go and stop Levant.
Indeed. You gonna go see that loser Kikinak too?
Think he's worried? I want to ask him some stuff, but I'm worried about Levant too.
Yeah, we
Do
should
what you
go
want.
give Levant the
Just might
swirly.
die, so make sure you leave no regrets.
Real quick, let's go turn in the cocoon that we got for Amorg and sell off our items, and I will explain what's up with the wings in just a moment. Other than plot point.
Thank
Find something?
And that is... That's right, that's the drain effect one. Excuse me.
Going to the port?
And again. Let's save real quick. Because we've made some progress. We should probably save. And let's see, we got things sucking in the middle here.
The nest hole is calling. Does that mean we can go in?
So now you've become full-fledged Lilith bait. Let's go, bait.
The chosen
boy,
ones
time to
of
get
light
eaten.
and darkness meet in a devil's nest. The actors are now all here. If I am left, the rebirth shall begin. Kahu, if you are left, what will begin?
I don't know, but I will never let those monsters be resurrected.
I did not want to fight you if I could have avoided it. But come, let us offer up our fight to Lilith.
Hey, the entrance is open. Now all you need is the courage to enter. Gonna do it?
That's all we can do, right? Anyway, we gotta fight and stop him by force if we have to.
Alright, let's roll. So, this area does not have a lot going on. There are a couple of random encounters in here that we can get. you know, through the usual methods. The music is a little bit different. Our ogre vines are really creepy looking, and we get repeats of former bosses. Oh, this thing looks pretty small, doesn't it? Oh, huh. Okay, so I believe this is a thing from using Complete Edition V2, where you get into these fights and they are actually the bonus Kalma. But they don't give you more for your thing, I don't think. I would assume not, because you can buy all of them or fight the one of them that was removed from the rotation. And yeah, you can obviously see, hey, yeah, no status effects really in terms of hitting this water type. But what I wanted to explain is, let's pull up our command menu. We now have a restore command. That will spend 1 shield to heal our party by, if I recall correctly, not a ton. We're probably not going to see it very much, but it is there. It's a pretty good oh crap button if you need something like that. We are going to take a look at everything that is in here because these bosses have been changed because of the reason that I mentioned earlier. This is from the version 2 of the Complete Edition patch. This is not a change that you have to accept. You can just take the version 1. And yeah, you can see here's Bloomin' at a regular size. So one of those was replaced with Niralhorn, and yeah, there's our random encounter. We've got the level 1 Kalma hanging out down there. There's our Wasp. We don't have to fight that thing. Although they're pretty decent experience if you want to fight them. We will be in a position where that will not be an issue soon enough. And here's Ginunga. We will fight this. Again, for the large part, we're going to do these fights to show them off. Because these are things that we probably should be able to fight in the main game, but we don't actually get a chance to. Although, admittedly, yes, we are seeing enemies using some attacks that they don't have, that they would not have as Kalma. Like, this thing would not have Life Blast, although it definitely should have an attacking move if it's going to be a solo target using a buff. Otherwise, it really is just there to be slightly irritating at best. And that best ain't much. You can see we didn't manage to get a whole lot of damage in there, either. Although I guess maybe it didn't fall asleep, I didn't look. Let's see what kind of numbers we're getting off of this. We should probably still be getting... Yeah, see, it's taking some hits. It's just a relatively beefy target. Alright, so let's go in for these last hits here. This should be the kill. Not quite. Well, I'm actually going to stay over here because I feel that spends the least amount of mana. The other bosses, by the way, are really just the same fights that we've seen already, but with stronger skills and larger HP totals. So there's not really a reason to show those off. They barely count as new content. However, for some reason, I did think that you had to fight all of them in order to move on. That would be a bit funky to rig up, though. Alright, and there's our Go-Jet. We've seen that before. This is different. This thing, I want to say, is called Raylon. This is the water version. This is the wind version of the big blue water dragon that we saw all of one time before. And it is using a move that we don't get to see until later. That Rage Chance is a move that Levant uses. Ah, darn, no stun. Oh well. But you can see that that move does a lot of damage, which I guess it's nice that we can get it, but it broke right through the barrier in one go. I'm just like, ooh. Glad this is an easy fight. Yeah. That is definitely an unusual thing to be seeing. We should later be able to purchase that as a cocoon in one of the deeper earth forests. You are actually completely new, because we can tell that this thing is a little bit on the smaller side. This is the wind version of that pufferfish, just with the Kalma coloration, as you can see. And I don't 100% know what all it will be doing. Maybe it will just be using the same moves that its fully grown version does, but I think it has something pretty strong. It's just gonna, be however long until we see that come out. And with a setup like this, I have to wonder if these textures were hidden in the game somewhere before, or if the Kalma textures are, like, automatically generated by throwing some sort of filter over the regular one. Yeah, this thing is called Dumbler, which is a very goofy name, as you would expect. But we didn't get to see what its special move was, so that's odd. Mildly disappointing, but I'm not going to drag this fight out, because, again, if it's going to roll over like this, well. Alright, so over here, behind this, which is a lower version of the Drac that we fought earlier. Oh, this is in the Lilith Nest in the Forest of Darkness. This is a thing for the V2 patch only, I believe, where some of the boss fights are replaced with these dudes, which are like boss versions of the special Kalma that you can get by purchasing them from the Earth Forest. Including the ones that teach the moves that were used exclusively by the final bosses. So yeah, we're fighting this yellow dragon who has the seal move, which I believe removes a beast from battle for a few turns. I think that's what it does. It's been a bit of a while since I've gotten there, and you can see that this thing is actually, like, hanging on pretty good. However, we should be able to clean the house with... Okay, yeah, its name is Passalon, right? And we clean this fight up using... this. Yeah. So now that we're done here, we should... Yeah, the particles were still in the background on that key spore plant. That's a little weird. Yeah, I think it's a nice addition. They, will let you have actual fights against these. It's a shame that they can't, or were not able to, for some reason or another, put those as, like, actual Kalma battles into the rotation, but I, again, don't really know how doable that actually is, because of reasons that I have mentioned on previous streams that make me quite sad. do we got in here? Alright, so we've got the Tomakana. No, I think this thing is called Spiky Fish, actually. Yeah, because this will be the wind one. So this is the thing that we bought a while ago that has larval eyes, and we saw that, as far as we know, only works in the boss fight against Lilith. So instead it's going to do some other obnoxious things, like throwing up a barrier. Good times. Let's see if we can do some pretty good damage here. Maybe we can break through it in one hit. We've got a good set of strength on our attacker here. Yeah. Woke up. Let's try putting it back to sleep, just to try and avoid having it throw up a barrier again. And we got the stun. Nice. Alright, rotate here, and we throw up a completely pointless double barrier. Yeah, so we didn't get to see this thing's exclusive move, but we will get to see that plenty fairly soon. Once we get to the final boss who actually breaks it out. It'll probably be a little bit irritating. Okay, we're gonna have to kill the big beetle in order to get our key spore, so I will handle that in a moment once I'm done scouting the area. And seeing if there are any more exclusive fights here. We can basically just dodge the baby Kalma pretty effectively here. Alright, so this guy's called Blade Tail, I believe. But yeah, this is the enemy who carries Psycho Snatch. We've used this pretty extensively, and oh, that is an opening I don't like. That does not make me a particularly happy person. So one turn of just sandbagging a little bit, and then we go Earth, Wind, Fire. Oddly enough, it's not using Psycho Snatch, it has Psycho Crash instead. Maybe just because that does more MP damage or something. Oh, there we go. So it's got 2 MP damage attacks for some reason. Huh. I don't have anything else to say to that except, huh. Alright, if we can land a status effect, that will make our lives a lot easier, but I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, no, that wasn't happening. Yeah, you just go ahead and do that, but the important thing is I don't want to see a Remekite this turn. It may not do it again, it may just be in drain mana or, you know, throw self uselessly at barrier mode. Yeah, that thing is not very durable. 579 when that defense buff is down, so it kind of needs to throw up that defense boost. Alright, and there is one last Ogre Vine to check. I have a feeling it's going to be a just a repeat boss, because I believe we've seen everything. There is one option, and in fact, this being floor 3, it kind of would make sense for it to be here, but we'll see about that when we get there. Yeah, here we go. This is going to be the thing that throws out... Well, okay, so it's going to start by debuffing our defense, which is not going to matter for at least a turn. But you can see this is the red version of Shroomy, which we've actually had in our party for a brief period. But this dude should be busting out a high-level Berserk spell in a moment. And combine that with the defense debuff, that is pretty hardy in terms of damage dealing that it can bring to bear on us. That's a little scary. Or we can just stun it and it's never going to get a turn after using Samakilna. Well, so much for showing that off. I guess that's going to have to come up later down the line. There we go. Give me that 5,000 experience. You can see one of our party members is level max, but if I do the merge now, it will take a while to get back up to a decent level, so I'm not going to do that just yet. And weave between these nerds, and we're going to go over here. And we're going to fight this big honking bug. And then we're going to leave and re-enter to replenish our mana. And honestly, I would much rather do Dark Crash more of the fight than Poison Storm. Yeah, especially when you're targeting things that just do debuffs. Excuse me. I can see that got through a little bit. On the mic. Yeah, what's the thing? We only have like 800 HP. This fight is pretty free. So yeah, this is a pretty solid place to gain experience for the very, very limited time that it's open to you. But we are not going to take advantage because we're doing this like less than well, not less than. We're doing this exactly an hour pretty much into this stream. So we're just gonna plow through this. We're gonna go fight the final boss. And we're going to be restricted to using the actual forests for a source of experience from here on. But that's okay with me, because that can still be made to work just fine. Because, yeah, I probably should have gone and shown it off, but those bosses respawn. I'll save right here at floor 3 just in case I find out, oh, I'm really not strong enough to deal with this. Because it could actually happen. This final boss sequence, I remember being a pretty rough, drawn-out affair. Especially because we'll be dealing with some skills that are unique to these enemies.
I've been waiting, Cow. Or should I call you the disciple of Elrin?
Hey, this is silly. Levant, just why are we fighting?
There is no more need for words. You do you intend to fight against? Defeat me and defeat Lilith, and end it all? As long as the forest is here, as long as Elrim is here, nothing will end. Elrim, god of the forest, whom men worshipped and feared. That is the true enemy.
What is Elrim? God, the devil, or neither? Levant, didn't you teach me yourself? Don't lose to yourself.
Oh wow, it's your birthday? Happy birthday, dude!
We're just doing
How about that?
You can't blame God for what you don't like. You gotta fight the enemy before you.
Indeed. Just like you, Cow. Certainly, you might be able to open the path, but only over my dead body. Let's do it, Kahu.
Alright, here we go. This is a fight that
We must fight.
has got some mechanics, that's for sure.
I'm holding nothing back.
You have no future unless you can overcome me. Be prepared, Kahu.
We're going into our usual pattern. And here's the deal. Levant will swap in and out between himself and this blue dragon, which I think is called our patron. And it has a blue version of Soldona that does a lot of damage. I seem to recall that was able to hit the entire amulet. Also, yeah, our odds of being able to land status effects on this thing are laughably low, but we want our debuffs because those are not chance-based, and we still have some damage on this side, so we can use our pretty much staple pattern here. And if our Barbarian is going to keep blocking that move, that's even better. And I mean, just look at us rip this thing's health in half. Like, we are pretty well stacked in terms of our ability to do damage with this pattern. Oh, that's a good block. That is a good not getting hit by a status effect. That is great, 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 great. Alright, now we can see that Levant is switching in. And he's not going to attack this turn. That is okay by me, because we can go over here and we can get some heals. Come on, miss. Yeah, I don't need that right now. Especially not on my actual healer. I don't know if his defense is still reduced, but of course our attack is still boosted. Unfortunately, we whiffed. Yeah, his defense is no longer reduced, so we're going to have to do the whole setup here. And there we go. He's got a very long physical attack animation with which that rage chance attack actually looks okay. Meanwhile, when we saw that coming out of one of the wind Dracs, I think, it just didn't quite work because, well, it has a very tiny attack animation when it's in front of you. And another attempt to seal. He's not aiming for the corner. I mean, that one can be sealed comfortably for a couple of turns because we're going back into our rotation for now. However, anyone over here getting sealed is not great. Yeah, he is just whiffing with that so much to a point that I'm just like, why even bother with it in your attack pattern? It has less accuracy than instant death spell, which is really saying something about how ridiculously powerful those instant deaths are in this game. And look at the wounds we have inflicted upon this man. He's down to like 2/3 HP. Unfortunately, you can see that there is a lot of healing that goes on the switch here. That is a lot of health this thing got back. At the very least, it didn't switch in and, like, do damage to us, but I guess we threw up a barrier anyway, so that's perfectly fine. Yeah, he gained back like 2/3 of his health, which is pretty ridiculous, but I mean, we're doing enough damage at this point, even without Sulligan being able to cast Sildona, that unless he just switches now, we probably are able to kill this thing before the next switch happens. Although, seeing the amount of damage that we lost from our attack buff wearing out, that does not fill me with the most confidence, to be fair. Alright, he's in red, so he's probably going to come back in with a lot... well, a lot more. Oh, is that just a one-turn switch out? And... okay, yeah, so I guess the thing is that the HP recovered on switch out depends on how long they are gone for. Because while our patron recovered some HP, it did not recover anywhere near as much as it did earlier. And of course, Levant was in the fight there for like trying to seal 6 times or something. And oh, that's gonna hurt. Yeah, that's not particularly nice. But we don't have enough mana for a barrier right now, so we're just gonna have to suck it up, and we're gonna have to take this thing down this turn, and we're gonna switch to healing after that for at least a turn or two. Alright, can you get hit by that straight normal attack? That would be pretty great. No, 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 no. Damn. My hopes were high. But we're taking a moment to heal, get mana, and, you know, let things do their thing. Ouch! That was just a normal attack. Damn! Oh, thank goodness. We don't want anybody on our Earth side getting sealed right now. Like, we can put up with certain things being lost, but that would not be particularly good for us. And so Levant is at like a third HP, maybe like 40%. We should be able to get the kill once we turn to fire. Like, that one turn should just do it. We should have enough on our Paradragger for a Soldote. Yeah. Yeah, so we're at least getting that much damage in. And we're getting the Agni Agna, which, honestly, that's where the majority of our muscle is coming from. That's going to hit for like 400 when it goes off, at least. Although 240 Soldo, that's pretty strong. That's good numbers. Yeah, 472. He did. Yeah, we've been hitting you with a lot of fire spells. That tends to happen, my dude. No, it's scripted dialogue. It has nothing to do with what side you're using to attack. As we enter into the final boss, this is Lilith.
I have taken the darkness from the soul of this man.
I have also taken his voice for some reason. And you can see a whole grid of 9 over there for Lilith. There's going to be some funny business here, believe you me. And there it is. Summoning in a couple of backups. The backup that she summons is dependent on what body color you're seeing. So, blue body, we get blue Kalma, and they are throwing out Life Crash, which sucks an entire butt because that attack is really irritating. Losing your mana is just not fun. Alright, switching to Wind. They will now, anything new that gets dropped will be casting Saskand, I believe. And here's the other thing that sucks butt about these, is that every couple of turns they will evolve and they will refill their health. So, if you don't just pin this fight down, you're gonna see them refill their resources a couple of times, and you're gonna have things drawn out a little bit for you. Alright, fire. I do not remember what they do for fire. It may just be Soldote or Killer Chance or something. Yeah, that's what we just saw, like, right now, is that they evolved. So, you got beaten out a little bit there. And there is Larvalize. It's a single target move, which is better than I thought. I thought it was like a target everybody thing, which would just be all kinds of gross. Dark Impact. This is the move that I was thinking of earlier when I thought about Water Barrier. It hits your entire Beast Amulet. Fucking ouch. That is absurd. And this is why you should always be scared throughout this fight, because you always have a quite fair chance of losing, to say the least. Because that damage is, like, that was, what, over 150 to everything that got hit? I was going to say, surely the barrier isn't going to come down this turn, and I was wrong. Larvalization effects end, and there we go. We are back in it. Now let's show off that restore ability. Let's see what kind of healing we get. Spend a shield. Yeah, it's double digits and not even like 80 or anything. It's not good. You'll also notice one crucial issue with our... oh, that's not good. Those are not what I really wanted to... Those are not a thing I wanted to see summoned. So back to what I was saying. You'll notice that there's a crucial issue with that Larvalize thing in that when your allies are freed from Larvalization, they don't recover anything, unlike when they would evolve normally. Which sucks to deal with. Doesn't make me happy. Is this gonna at least hit Lilith? I don't think it will. Oh no, it will. It's just that our damage is absolutely nothing right now because of the Maitreya stat buff. Well, I mean, it's okay. I guess we're losing a ton of damage from that Larvalize there. Yeah, I sincerely want to know why the restore ability is so damn weak. Like, surely that could be a lot better, right? And here comes the Maitreya stat restoration. I may have to just, like, grind out this fight from behind this and hopefully not get completely ruined by Dark Impact here. Well, we just lost half of our party, so I think we're just dead at this point. We absolutely are going to have to go back and train some more, so whatever I was saying before, I was not correct. Oh, that's gonna do you a lot of good, isn't it? Oh, wait, no, the other thing. And this is a big part, by the way, of why we saved on... Why we saved at the start of the 3rd floor and not at the start of the 4th. Because otherwise we'd basically be stuck here. Oh, now they're busting out new moves.
You're tough.
Yeah, we need our good strategies from before to do the same things as usual. 400 damage is pretty good, so this really is a fight where everything is just stepped way up. We need... we don't have any items. So I may want to come in here with literally just 30 fire books and be like, hey, yeah, we're gonna burn this motherfucker to the ground as soon as the fight starts going. Okay, we have no more mana left to heal with. At least the upside here is that Larvalize just doesn't really do anything because this goofus just keeps aiming down the middle. Unfortunately, we got hit by a lightning bolt there, and we are, like, really at the end of our rope. That damage output is just ridiculous, man. Sheesh. Switch to red and... Well, okay, at least Dark Impact gets absorbed by the barrier, so that's good. It's just clear that we need a beefier barrier or something. Oh wow, it learned how to target to the side. Amazing. And that's probably going to kill us, because it's going to go straight down the middle. Yeah.
Rats.
We should just be ejected from here and have to do everything over. Or maybe there's an actual game over sequence.
Fine. This is just fine.
I've never lost this fight before,
What
so
is
I
this
haven't
power?
seen this.
It can't be.
Oh, where am I? Am I dead?
Kahu, I cannot let you die quite yet. The vow of darkness has begun. We must hurry.
And so we just get a reset button. Alright, well, fair enough. So I guess if we're gonna grind for a little bit here, we should at least merge up to get some new skills or something.
What are you doing? You're completely hopeless.
I thought I was a goner, but I'm still alive. I'm sure everyone is safe.
I know you got guts, but you gotta train your divine beasts and be totally prepared.
Alright, let's go ahead and let's see if we can't set this up a little better here.
Hello.
We didn't get a warp in animation. That was really weird. Alright, so let's take a look at what you've got going on for yourself here. We can take a better single target spell here or something. We can take Agni Agna maybe for more damage. Let's merge you with something that's useful. Do we have a wisdom? Yeah, we have wisdom up 3 already, so that as a source of damage is not a big deal. Do we have is there an MP up here or somewhere? Might be on Earth. Or are the MP ups in fire and water? There we go, MP up 3. That should let us do this a little more, that should let us nuke more often, which is an issue that we've seen before. Alright, so let's... Yeah, let's go for this. Let's try switching this move over to a single target. Because we might be able to get better damage out that way. And it's a lot cheaper too in terms of mana, right? Yeah, it's like literally half the cost. Or less.
Thank you.
So let's go in here and let's go get some more experience. That would be pretty useful too, but if we're mostly over here, because we're gonna do some level grinding here for a brief period. Yeah, this thing should be pretty easy. Easy to fight and kill over and over. And worth 5,000 a whack, that's pretty good. Like, sure, it's breaking out scary looking skills, but that's pretty much a dump turn for it. That's... This boss is surrendering immediately. Alternately, I should also go look through my storehouse and see what I have in terms of stat items and feed those to the party. That seems like something that would be pretty helpful. Granted, I don't have anything that'll like boost HP, which would be a big deal, but I've got other stuff. Well, maybe I have something that boosts HP, I don't know. Yeah, I can definitely understand why, because, yeah, that's a very big step up in terms of difficulty. I didn't remember that fight being anywhere near as hard as that. As you can tell. Alright, so in here... Alright, yeah, we got this nerd we can get into a fight with. Yeah, we got one more we can do on this floor. I probably should really just go kill the Wasp and then leave over and over, because that is just free real estate, really. I almost don't even have to switch to wind, but we still should, because, yeah. I don't want to fight these dudes. No, we may have to anyway. Nope. Not so much. Yeah, I think just killing the Wasp is probably going to be the easiest thing, because everything else here is a little bit hardier, a little bit more irritating. Alright, let's take a quick look at this. And see what we've got going for us.
Be prepared!
Alright, so we actually do have a life extract. That's pretty good. I can grab that. Grab the rest of these. All those speed extracts. That's pretty ridiculous. Alright, so we don't really have a use for those at the moment. Those. We can take the Gara route. We haven't been using Slimies for a bit. Take that, and that should get us some stat boosts all around here. Oh yeah, 5 points of speed. That is what I needed, I guess. 2 points of vitality. That's all right. Let's throw the speed extracts in here, where they are arguably not the most useful, but definitely where you can tell that we, you know, throwing them at our slowest unit here. Actually, I'm gonna have a quick look here and see what that did with our lineup. Did I overfeed? Oh boy, did I ever. So somebody is going to be using that attack boost a little bit late, so I may actually have to... I may end up with lower power barriers, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. But we'll throw the wisdom buffs on there too. That should help. Power extracts, I know exactly where those are going, and we'll get to that in a second. Only 4 HP out of that life extract, that's pretty disappointing. Alright, so that's the majority of our good stat items, and for the time being, we're just gonna go and go right back to level grinding for a bit. But later on, we will come back and we will grab just a bunch of damage books, I think. and start throwing those out regularly as part of the fight. That's not the one we want. We're going over here. Opposite the exit, right? Yeah, here's our big wasp that we can beat up. Oh wow, so we're still getting our boosted Baryon, so at least there's that going for us. Alright. We got our wasp, let's go. And then come back in. Oh, look at that damage go. Wow. We almost one-shot that thing. Or at least we certainly put it into red health. Yeesh. Oh, hey, we can now merge that. What do you have for passive abilities here, Cleveland? You have 1 point more of strength and wisdom, and it is causing your stats to do something funny. I like that. I'm tempted to throw the HP up ability on there, but I don't know if I'm actually going to do another merge. Actually, what are you? You're merge 4? You're the only merge 4 on the party still, right? Oh no, we have one more, in the middle of our fire, but otherwise, everybody else is 5. Would I be able to get away with that in terms of can still level to a nice place? Well, we're all the way up to somebody that we just merged to merge 4 is up to level 8, and we're only like half an hour in, so we're in good shape with that. I feel like we can get away with that. We're going to go ahead and get a nice 20% HP boost. Because I like the idea of having 500 HP on this thing. Yeah, it'll delete Poison Storm. I ain't give a shit.
Thank you. Very nice. And here comes a ridiculously huge crit. Yeah, 620. That is pretty ridiculous, although again, we've got our buffs and debuffs on, and we're fighting a boss that's pretty soft to begin with. Our Selamnite numbers are getting pretty good, too. Oh, the whiff. That's something that thing needs is speed, actually. Gotta remember to hold that button down to make that move faster.
All right. Very nice. Yeah! This is a good fight for all those evolutions. That was... Didn't mean to just whack my microphone there, but I guess it'll add something to the proceedings, which are not a lot going on right now, sorry. And again, another crit that brings this boss right into the red. That's pretty great. That thing is doing some serious work. I'm impressed. Wow, we didn't even get to bring the fire element out. Amazing. We're definitely getting somewhere with these levels then. It's okay. We can do things in this order for a bit because the middle of our blue there definitely needs more of the experience. Or, quite frankly, we can just put him over on the other corner for a bit, because, like, we actually need to go to water. We don't need to heal for this fight. We don't even take damage in it most of the time. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. Yeah, so we're doing this for a moment. We don't need the water side in front. We can switch back to earth in front. There we go. And that will let us spread our experience much faster. That moment when I'm pulling out the speedrun techniques for the end of game grind. Yeah, okay, self. We got our two dancing crabs here. Let's see if they get out of alignment with each other. Oh, yes, they do! And they continue to stay out of alignment. Are they different sizes, or is that just because of the wacky perspective? I actually want to go look at that again for a second. That is not just from this shot being taken in an angle. Is it? Especially because it kind of looks like the blue crab should be further back. It's actually smaller than the green one? Question mark? Huh. Interesting. I'd have to, like, screen cap it and like do some stuff with measuring and everything, and that would be a pain in the butt. Let's end this. I got a little sidetracked there, sorry. When I grind in a video game, I tend to focus on weird stuff. At least a little. Hey, rock lobster, etc. Nice, nice. We're coming along pretty good on a lot of this. I didn't even notice that our water type got poisoned. Thanks, game. That's really unnecessary of you. Alright, so I think I want everybody to at least be level 10 before we get in there. Preferably fully evolved, but we may not be allowed to have all of that. Excuse me. those green? I think they are. So with that in mind, we're going to do this first. And hey, we actually managed to land a hit with Explode there, which has been like a million years since that's happened. Getting there, getting there. I gotta say that the angle that you drop in here at is very weird, by the way, compared to where you enter from. It throws me off quite a bit. Especially because it's like, oh, I rotated it so I should be going forward. Nope, you gotta go sideways. Little funky. I like that the health is still going down. That's pretty good. Just slowly draining. Didn't even get to switch to fire. 705 damage critical hit. Amazing. What an absolute chad of a unit in our party there. Sheesh. I think I'll do a couple more, and then we'll grab our items, and we will then have to grab our ankles, I guess. Because this is going to be a bit of a rough go no matter what. We're still level grinding a little bit. You can see that I temporarily refigured my team because that will let me switch less and still get everybody experience. We're almost in a place where I think I'm gonna go grab items and go for the final boss one more time. Let's do 2 more, and then pick up all of our books and do a bunch of things. Hopefully beat the final boss. Alright, let's go for one last fight, and then we should be good to go. I think. Hey. Oh, I didn't switch over enough, but I think we're pretty... Yeah, everybody is evolved on the wind side, so it's not even necessary to do that right now. And everybody is decently leveled as well. Well, I guess we'll do that to finish this fight off. Alright. Now, we go back to the temple one last time, and we are going to be picking up a bunch of items from the shop.
Find something.
And that will be time for our money to dry up pretty significantly. Alright, so these we're gonna grab... Oh, somebody's setting off fireworks outside. That's real good. We're gonna grab 16 Inferno books. We're gonna grab 8 HP books, and we're gonna fill the rest with MP. And that ate like 20,000 yen or something. But we're gonna take a whack at this one more time. Oh right, we didn't drop straight into the middle area. Whoops. Being an idiot. Excuse me. And there's our free access to this area, so we can go here, we can save, and we can continue. We can almost walk right into that little speed bump. And we can face this thing which is coming down the aisle. We are hopefully going to have enough space to sneak past you without getting into a fight. Excuse me. Yeah. Alright, so... Would you like to turn around? There you go. Alright, let's go, let's go, let's go.
You're alive? But it is too late. Don't interfere.
Lamont, you look odd. Are you in pain? Mustn't have gone well with Lilith, huh?
Wake up, Levant. Doing this solves nothing.
Disciple of Elrin, I have the soul of this man. Cease your useless struggling.
Alright, so we gotta fight Levant again. Alright, I figured as much.
If we must fight, then so be it. I'm holding nothing back.
You have no future unless you can overcome me. Be prepared, Cow.
And you can see we didn't switch things back, but I think we'll be okay with this setup. This will let us try to land a few explodes. Also, that probably just ate that Inferno book entirely because that damage went on Levant and he switched immediately. That is slightly disappointing. But I suppose what can you do, actually, sometimes? Although this is really making me think that I should have farmed Hellfire books in the Fire Forest of Darkness before coming here. And before clearing that area, actually, because, ooh, dang. Alright, so we should be getting much bigger damage against this thing this time. I don't think we're going to kill it in one round. But we have Agni Agna here instead of Sildona, so we should have better damage. Yeah, 328, look at that. That's pretty good. And that cues the switch over to Levant. We still have a barrier up, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to heal. Come on, miss. Yeah. Alright, so now we do rotation again. And yeah, barrier is broken, but that's fine. We knew that was going to happen. Switch, and our patron is back up to about half HP. And defense is still down, apparently, so that's good. We may actually be able to kill this thing this turn. Yep. Very easy enemy, apparently. That went over quite nicely. I mean, that would have been okay if the seal had landed there. I wouldn't have liked it particularly, but I would not have... It would have been better than the other alternatives, is what I'm trying to say.
What's wrong, Cocoon? At this rate, you will never defeat me.
Huh, we didn't get that dialogue during the last round of the fight. Also note how he chose a different pronunciation that time for Kahu's name as opposed to how he usually says it. He said it as Kahu, like Nico does. Unusual. And this may even end the fight here, although if not, we're taking a bit of a risk. Because that rage chance, as you can tell, will do significant damage when it lands on us. And there we go. It's on to part 2. Yeah, we've heard this before. And there's our Kingdom Hearts villain, cackling away. And let's do some of this. Whoa, that was some slowdown. That was pretty funky. Alright, so if these clowns just don't target our green lobster. We can get away with throwing down an MP book. And see, they even distributed their damage, which is super nice. Unfortunately, we don't go fast enough to outpace them here, but we can do this. We can see some really questionable targeting, I guess. The evolution doesn't happen right away. Let's see if we can get that one off the board right now. Well, we got both of them, so we're going to be seeing a wind element summon here, which means we're probably going to get hit by Saskand with these Chucklefucks pretty soon. But we're getting some good damage in. And if Lilith doesn't do other things, that's perfectly acceptable. If things go too badly with these rules, we still have a barrier up. So it would be perfectly fine to switch over to get Selemnite. We'd have a turn for that. But everything worked out okay. And let's get some nice damage here. Or we can just kill one of those. 724. Yeah, if that had gone down the middle, that would have been sweet. But alas. Alright, so I don't really know what the deal is in terms of Lilith having an attack pattern. In fact, there may not really even be one to speak of here. So we're going to use that MP back book so where we can set up getting a Baryon in a second. And we're going to force another summon, apparently. Nice AI. Here comes... We're going to see what these do. Oh, it's just... Is it just killer chance? That damage is not impressive. So once we switch over to Earth, we're going to be in a pretty safe position, I think. We're going to get larvalized, but that is literally against the target that it matters the least for. Because our snake is still going faster. We can still get our boosted Baryon, and Regalina doesn't care about our stats whatsoever. At least not for the caster. So we do this. Unfortunately, this means that we are now summoning... we're now going to get a summon on a turn when they're going to start dropping Mitreya. But we're going to get in huge damage first. Yeah, 485. Probably another 300 plus from this. 376. Yeah, we're in good shape.
Wait. Elgrim. Why? Tell me. Why?
Yeah, I wouldn't really 100% know about that because it's been a while, but yeah, we can see this is going to be the part where we gotta deal with this. I'd say we can throw down a mana book. That would not be a useful thing because it won't let us really set up to prep another Baryon. Change the element opposing the color you hit her with. That is interesting, actually. Again, I don't know anything about that, but if that's the case, pretty neat. Interesting stuff. And we're still doing enough damage here that staying where we were was actually kind of ideal. So, okay, the little green thing should not evolve before we manage to throw down another fire book. Or, yeah. Before we manage to Inferno book again. You can see how much easier this went this time. We didn't even need these items. So, just a little bit of, like, actually feeding your stat boost items and doing level grinding will go a long way, as you can see here. Look at those whiffs. That's pretty great. Yeah, I think a big part of it, especially as regards to the stats thing, is that because the max stats for things that are not HP in this game is 255, as far as I know, stat boosts will have humongous effects. So, like, if you feed something stuff to give it plus 10 magic power, you're going to get a huge bargain out of that. And in fact, I feel like, look at that tiny red sliver. I'm just going to throw this book and we might get the kill right here without the turn even starting proper. Oh, not quite. Alright, so here's where we start getting, we're going to get hit by Saskia. Probably both of these are going to do gross shit. But one of them's going to get guarded, and the other causes confusion. That's lovely. But it didn't work out in her favor. So, again, we'll throw another book here for what is pretty much guaranteed to be GG. Yeah, there we go. Wow, that was way easier this time.
Excellent go. Now I begin.
And look at this experience. Well, okay, don't look at the experience that the middle of our win side is getting, because oofa doofa, good freaking work there, late bloomer. But otherwise, 99,999. Yeah, we have done it. And I am going to not hold the button through these levels. We're going to just tap it out like regular. And we're going to see... Well, we're going to see that's a nice place to be in right there. That is pretty great.
Excellent, Kahu. I was about to commit an irreparable error. Now my role is done. The Nagi bloodline, fettered by fate, will now end in peace.
Oh, he's still
What do you
dead.
mean? Let's go home. Let's fight together against the forest.
I am not worthy of that. I was just a fool, searching for a place to die. The future I must leave to you. So please, please seal this forest of darkness as my grave.
And sometimes you just are not ready to move on to becoming the master, are ya?
I wonder if Levant's soul has always been tossed about by that darkness.
Probably. Always trying to look good. Trying too hard.
That's pretty harsh. There was nothing else to do.
Levant? Are you okay like this?
The phantom world ruled by Elrim will fade away, together with the Nagi bloodline. And just as you say, the forest will awaken again as neither god nor devil. As the forest of life, just merely living. You are not the one to run away. You are worthy of living in the future, worthy of fighting. Fight against the forest, together with the beast hunters, and live.
Hey, you okay? No problem.
So wonderful.
And there we are. That is the full main story of Jade Cocoon 2 finished. There is a lot of post-game for us to go through, so that's going to be a thing that we will get to as, you know, over the next couple of months. Probably not going to be the main thing that I do on Mondays. I'm probably going to shuffle it off and on and do a lot of off-screen grinding. But I will definitely be trying to make sure that the basic highlights of everything are shown on screen. Because, well, again, that's what we're all about here. We try to show off the stories and everything, and, you know, a lot of the important stuff. But I do also kind of want to mix things up and get a couple of other RPGs in and, you know, run through those. So we will see what days post-game and stuff will show up. I very much want to get into all of the Genus Arenas, Club Acid. There's a couple of other things. Get all the Kalma. There's some bonus tournaments too at the main arena to handle, right? So those will definitely be things that we get to. I will absolutely be throwing all of those onto stream at various points. Although again, you know, don't be surprised if things get shuffled up a little bit. And I will, well, first of all, we're going to go ahead and we're going to save, because the game has given us a chance. And I will say that overall, this game is a very, very good one, just as I remembered it being. The story is a fair bit better than I remember it, but it is fed at a very, very funky rate.
So you have defeated Levant.
And that can be a bit awkward to deal with sometimes.
He must have been disappointed.
And also, of course, there's still a lot of story that exists in the original Jade Cocoon, which I have never played. Although I've heard that that's not very long outside of just, hey, you goof around with the merging and stuff. So,
that can't be too much fun. You ought to just let loose.
So I would say that if you really want to make a whole lot of sense out of all of this, you should definitely be playing that. But overall, I think the story is pretty solid, and it really does pick up once you get deep enough in that you can really get a good handle on everything.
You are going to enter too. You're the man of the times. So get
And
on to
yeah.
the arena. Battle awaits you.
Not bad. I like the mechanics, as I've mentioned before, and ooh, yes, we get our 8th slot now, so we can have one last party member.
Yep, I'm gonna enter. But what do you do in the beast fights?
Okay, I'll tell you. The beast fights have different levels and different genres.
Yes, the main thing that I remember about the original Jade Cocoon, from what I saw, my brother played it when it was concurrent, basically. You know, not quite because, well, okay, maybe he borrowed somebody's PS1, but again, that's been over 20 years, so I don't remember, but I remember that you could basically, you would basically create your own beasts from the merges. They would change models and change textures and stuff based on what you put in. And that was a really cool thing, and people at the time were really upset about this game not having that, even though, honestly, that is kind of a lot to put into a thing anyway, so I suppose it is, like, almost to be expected a little bit. Okay, so all of this ended up working out pretty good. We are going to... Here again, we are looking for something that will help us. And I think we can go over here and find, like, Vitality up, maybe. Is that important? We have Wisdom and Speed up right now, and MP up. Is there one that's just useful in general? Skill Talent is pointless. Can we sneak Magic Talent on there? Yeah, there we go. We're We're going to do this because, honestly, that magic talent ability is going to be really important. Thankfully, we don't really need speed up 3. Alright, and before we pick somebody to go in the middle, I have a quick merge to do over here once I find who I'm looking for real quick. That's not it. That may be who we go with, just for reasons of doing something a little different here. For now, we're gonna do this. We are going to start raising up this Raindrex thing with just, honestly, anything. Because there is nothing that gives us the compatibility buff that we want. So we just are going to take anything that is a high enough value for at least a merge or 2. Which means we're going to start over here. And we will concern ourselves with getting actual moves later on. We don't even have the move that I want to give this thing yet anyway, so we'll work on that. We'll work on that as we go. What are we looking at here in terms of our options? You have not a whole lot going for you, do you, Spike? Yeah, so that'll remove stroke chance, which is fine. We don't even have like good physical attack for water other than what we have already, so we're gonna do this and we're gonna pick somebody else. Besides, this is also like really turning our water side very much into a group of glass cannons, so I should have a look at what our everything over here is. Do you have a... Oh wow, that would be a lot of healing if we did that. So, you know what, let's mess around with this for a bit, and we can put someone new in the middle of Earth.
Hello.
You don't have an Earth attack at all. You just have that going for you. Oh, that would give us some pretty decent damage if we threw something on there. There's our backup slugger. You are just... yeah, you're super out of date. Because I haven't been keeping up with merges there. We may just go for something down here that's a little more on the unusual side. Oh yeah, those two are the same beast. I was like, what's the That's right, there isn't a difference. Because I did something a little strange there. Actually, let's go ahead and put Casadero in here as a start, and we are going to get that sucker an Earth-type move. What do you have in here that's good? We can... I mean, actually, that's kind of garbage. Life Blast would be pretty useless because it shouldn't take damage. Ever. So we're literally just going to take High Spirits. Because sitting on the Earth side for long enough to do charged attacks is not my playstyle. whatsoever. And
Thank you for coming.
also, yeah, as I said, with Life Blast, it shouldn't be taking damage most of the time. So something that gets stronger as your HP goes down is not useful. That's probably the best thing that we have for an Earth Element physical attack at this point. Yeah, well, I think that'll do for now. So, yeah, we'll continue this in future.